Hello everyone! Today we are taking a look at the WWE Ultimate Edition Greatest Hits Hulk Hogan based off of Wrestlemania 3. Now, as we can see when it comes to the packaging itself, we see pretty much your typical standard. This does really capture what Hogan looked like at WrestleMania 3. I mean, from head to toe, this is awesome. Now, again, it is a reused figure, complete reuse. The only new things you're getting from is, of course, the bandana, the shirt, and the belt from, of course, that Series 13 Hogan based on WrestleMania 1. But now let's jump into bringing in some figures to compare. So the first one, we're going to bring in the figure that goes with him really well, Andre the Giant. Really good Ultimate Edition. Probably one of Mattel's best. They'll bring in another Ultimate Edition. This, of course, is the Target Ultimate Warrior, which actually is from the match at SummerSlam when he teamed up with Hogan against Sergeant Slaughter and, of course, Iron Sheik made his return as a different character. So these two are great, especially Andre. These look great together. And to bring in a few more comparisons, bring in one of my favorite Ultimate Editions that made my top 10 last year, Roddy Piper. This is not WWE Roddy Piper. This is, of course, WCW. And then, of course, the other one, my boy, Plastic Man himself. Got to bring him in, of course. But, of course, and I know I'm repeating myself, he's got plenty of alternate hands, the microphone holding hands, the finger pointer hands, the fisted hands, the works, the open palm hands where he can, of course, as you see in the back of the packaging, do "let me hear you." But besides all the stuff that's on him, he also's got the two of the same heads. He's got the smiling head, which has been reused plenty of times before, as well as the one that's on him. He's got the one you'll see a lot of Hogan figures have from Mattel. This just stern look. I mean, it is accurate to the time of Hulk Hogan. I mean, no doubt about it. This is Hulk Hogan night and day. It's just they do reuse. If my memory serves correct, they did a San Diego Comic-Con release based on the movie No Holds Barred with Hogan and Zeus. And that Hogan, instead of, I think it was this head, he had this head. If I'm right, it was a smiling head they changed, and he had this like grimacing like face. I'll put a picture up on screen, of course, of what that looked like, but it was like that's the only way to get that certain head sculpt is basically making that Hogan exclusive, also making it where he's, of course, rip his character, which I have no holds barred. I like the movie. It's cheesy 80s, so what do you expect from it? But it's a good set. I wish I could have went to that convention at the time and got it, but I'm happy to have this one in my collection. I might get Series 13, maybe not, but again, I like this here, what we got. But let me just bring in a couple more comparisons just so you can get an idea of how he stacks up. Of course, bring in the Sheiky himself, Iron Sheik. Now, for a while, Mattel did a Legends, like in their Legends line, they did it based on Hulk Hogan characters. This is Iron Sheik's look from when Hogan defeated him to win the championship. Basically, January 24th, 1984, the birth of Hulkamania is what that was. And then I'll bring in a couple more. Let's see, who do I want to bring in? Of course, the man, the legend himself, Sergeant Slaughter. Gotta bring him in, of course. I've met Sarge on 2 separate occasions. He is an absolutely great man who, every time I get to meet him, I always like to sit down and chat with him. I think the last time I got to talk to him, we talked for about 10 minutes, so that was fun. He's just a really, really great guy. Definitely like to call him a friend, but still. I think we might compare him with one more. I've got another Ultimate Edition Hogan. Let me bring that one in. This, of course, was the first Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan. And this was the first variant. So it's got the pin knees, the pin elbows, no tan, not a great torso and ab section. They, of course, changed that and went with this Hogan's ab section torso. But still, it was like, at the time, the best Hogan you could own because it came with so much. It actually comes with way more than what this one comes with, surprisingly. But still, this is later in Hogan's career. But what are my overall thoughts about this guy? What is the final thoughts to this figure? If you do not have the Series 13 Hogan, I'd say pick it up. Especially if you are a fan of WrestleMania 3 and when Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. It really captures that match and that time period for sure. But if you have the Series 13, I'd say you could pass on this guy. He's not really worth the price if you have the one. Because honestly, like I said, the only thing different you're getting is the headband and the t-shirt and the belt. That's really all you're getting in terms of differences between them. Other than that, there's really nothing else different between the two. And I, of course, picked this one up at my local Walmart. And so he's hitting Walmart shelves. He's also available at Ringside and also Big Bad Toy Store. Pick him up wherever you can if you choose to get him. But again, if you have Series 13, he is a pass. So it's more of pick if you want him or if you don't want him. It's up to you. Your choice. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time I have for today. I appreciate y'all watching. As always, take care.
Plastic Man, the one, the original Elastic Man, always in great shape for the shape he's in, the fantastic Plastic Man.